once again with another little speed build. I did this build in Willow Creek. It's near like the fancy houses where the goths live and everything. I honestly don't remember exactly what neighborhood and stuff that is specifically, but it's in that little area over there. I wanted to do like a more traditional-ish build, just like a small 2-story home, not necessarily like a starter home, but not a big house either. Just a house that's just the right size. And that's kind of what I was going for with this build. And I also was trying to get out of my typical, more boxy, modern-esque house building skills and try to go for something a little bit more traditional with this build. And also with this build, I was also trying to make sure that I did incorporate color, and specifically colors that I normally wouldn't necessarily go for. So I did decide to go for like some of the stuff from the Seasons expansion pack, not packed. And I even went for those like tan windows. So I didn't go for white windows either. So I was really trying here with my inclusion of color. And I think at the end of the day, actually did turn out pretty well. As far as like the outside and whatnot with the color. I think the green and the tan suited each other pretty well. And I'm actually kind of proud of myself for the roofing, because I normally haven't really done roofing like that before, and I think it turned out pretty well. So, a little kudos to me, I guess. Kudos to myself is what I'm giving. But I struggled a little bit with, figuring out what door to put in the back, but I figured it out eventually. And I also wanted to try and make it a little bit more interesting by adding some little details to the exterior, but I could not figure out something that looked right to me, at least. So I kept on trying different things, as you can see there at the top of the little bump out there, but none of it looked right to me, so I just gave up. I think I do eventually decide to do my classic 2-color 2-tone situation to the outside. Yeah, here I first used this little color just to I just feel like houses are more interesting if they have more than one color, because I was really struggling with this house because the exterior to me, it was just something was missing. I could not figure it out. I do eventually change it because I didn't like that particular color and stuff, because I went for a slightly what is the word? The only thing I can think of is used, but that's not the right word, but a worn down paneling, and I decided to change that. I struggled a little bit with the figuring out what I wanted to do for the interior for the downstairs, just because I wanted it to have a little extra room down there, but then it was just I wanted the back area to be kind of where the kitchen and living area and stuff was, so I struggled a little bit with that. I'm trying to figure that out, hence why the little foyer kind of situation is actually above an actual room instead of actually above the entranceway, which is not typically how that works. But luckily the room that I have right down there is a playroom kind of vibe situation, so it kind of fits and isn't completely crazy to have that. And I made that little foyer kind of area as small as possible while it still makes sense and stuff like that. But anyways, like I said, this was supposed to be a pretty small house situation, just a 3-bedroom, 2 kids, a parent or parents, whatever you would like, guardian, however you would want to go about it. And then that room ends up being a little playroom. I was thinking about making it into an office, but I just felt it was too big for just an office. And I didn't want to. I typically would make it into some sort of hobby room, but I've been doing that a lot lately, so I wanted to do it something a little bit different. So I decided to do it as a playroom. But again, here I am just struggling a little bit to try and add some sort of colors to the house so it's not completely plain. I feel like I did a pretty good job utilizing that like orangey color downstairs with the kitchen and living area. I think that's kind of the area where I really did a pretty decent job at like using colors I normally wouldn't use. But it was definitely a little bit of a struggle for me personally because, you know, that's not typically how I go about my builds and whatnot. But regardless, as I'm sure you can tell when you're reviewing this video, this is definitely supposed to be day 11, but you're getting it on day 15. Like I said previously, like I think literally in one of my last videos, or like my last speed build, I, for some reason, have just been extra busy in these last few weeks, and the busyness has continued. I've been pulled into doing random things that were not previously on my to-do list, especially in the last couple of weeks, but obviously I'm like wanting and willing to do them, so it's like not that big of a deal. Because, like, you know, I can always say no. I mean, I am someone who does struggle to say no sometimes. But a lot of the things I could have easily said no. But I agreed to nonetheless. And then with work and everything, it kind of took in and, like, took away some of my time to do the videos here. So that is unfortunate, definitely. So as far as like scheduling wise, the goal and hope is to at least get another video out today, and then for like pretty much the rest of the week do like 2 videos a day. That's the goal. Is that actually gonna happen? Great question. We'll have to wait and find out, because I am still very busy this week. So next week we might also be doubling up on days and whatnot, as far as videos and stuff. But I'm gonna really try hard to film most of the videos that I have for the rest of the 25 days, because obviously, if you ignore the fact that obviously I am like 4 days behind, there's only 10 more days left until the 25th, Christmas time. So it would be a great situation if I can go ahead and like film a bunch of stuff and everything and like get back on track. Pretty much I plan on like right after this filming for the 100 baby challenge, because I like to put those videos up on Thursdays, so I'll be probably doing that and everything. So I'm gonna try and like, you know, I have like a whole calendar. I think I told you guys that before, is I have a whole calendar of video ideas and stuff that I had planned on doing and what I wanted to do and everything, but some of that just has not happened yet. Because I've just been so busy. Like, it's crazy to me how my life just suddenly has gotten so busy. Before, I've always had like plenty of time, and I was just, you know, I just had no reason for not doing some things that I needed to do. But now I'm like super busy, so it's hard to balance. Anyone who is able to balance doing something for fun and also working and doing other things, like, bravo to you. It's tough. It's hard. And I feel like sometimes, especially when you're like the busiest, that's when things just go wrong. For example, this video at least was going to be going up yesterday, but what had happened is that I recorded this whole voiceover and everything, and then when I went to add it to the actual speed build, I realized, and I was wondering, why is there no sound? And I realized that the whole time that I thought I was recording, I actually had my mic muted. So I could not get the video up yesterday because I was already like having to do something else for the day and everything. So it just was not going to work out, you know, in my favor as far as getting this video up. So that's why it's another day late. It would have only been like 3 days late, but now it's 4 days late, unfortunately. But like I said, I am going to definitely try to go and film the 100 baby challenge video for today and get that up today, hopefully. I'll probably try and record that as soon as I get done here. And I apologize, obviously, because, my life, like I said, super busy, so I'm literally having to multitask right now, so you may or may not be able to hear my laundry going right now, because I'm trying to clean and do this YouTube stuff with you guys right now at the same time. So if you do hear the laundry going, that's the reason why I'm just trying to multitask and get everything done right now. But nonetheless, the hope basically is I will get my life together and be able to not miss any more days and then catch up quickly. Hopefully I can definitely catch up by the end of the week, or maybe at least by Sunday, because I'm 4 videos behind, right? Or 4 videos behind. So hopefully by Sunday will be my last doubled up day, and then I can get completely back on track and end off decently. I mean, one of these years I will finally be able to do a 25-day Christmas time videos series without fail, without missing one day. But clearly this year is not that time, but there is always next year. And maybe next year I will remember this moment in time and actually start filming and planning months in advance, or at least weeks in advance. Maybe not months in advance, that's a bit much, but a few weeks in advance maybe, and then that way it won't be as crazy. But also work has also been a little bit crazy too, so that's definitely played a role in some of the busyness that I've been experiencing as well. So hopefully also work isn't as busy next year. At least that's the hope. But anyways, back to this build. I really have not been talking much about this build. I was initially going into the build hoping to only use a few packs. Clearly, as you can see, especially with the 2 kids rooms, that doesn't end up happening. I end up using cats and dogs. I end up using high school years, a little bit of extreme home decorator. I used the little plant kit thing situation. I honestly have no idea. I'm really bad with pack names. I don't know most pack names, or at least the proper pack names. So I'm useless when it comes to actually telling you the proper pack names and stuff like that. But I was originally, like I said, trying to not use too many packs, but that just did not end up happening, because I just really liked giving the rooms a little bit more character instead of being a little bit more basic and everything. So I am at this point obviously just doing a little bit of cluttering and whatnot. I've been making a bigger effort to try and remember to include trash cans in the kitchen, or trash cans, at least one trash can in the house, anywhere it may be. And then also another thing that I forget literally every single time I build is making sure that there is an outdoor trash and a mailbox. I do think that I did include that, but honestly I cannot be too sure. I could have very easily forgotten to include that. I really struggled with finding the proper stool situation for the island, because I just couldn't, or I didn't think that most of them really suited it or matched very well, especially with all of the different colors and stuff. But I think the ones that I picked were pretty decent. And then obviously right now I am working on the exterior a little bit more specifically. I will eventually start working on the, landscaping. My favorite part of building. Note the sarcasm. I absolutely love buildings or landscaping so much. I'm just not good at it. I feel even in real life I would not be good at landscaping. It's just not something that I really think or care about all that much. And so it's really a struggle for me. Yes, see, I do include the mailbox in the trash can, so bravo to me. I tried to match the walkway with the actual sidewalk as best as I could, while still making sense for the rest of the house and everything. But obviously it's still not absolutely perfect. But anyways, This time around, I did like talk about in my last speed build on, I think it was my last speed, one of my last speed builds, where I've been trying to just mimic the landscaping of the world that I'm building in, and to make it easier for me to kind of figure out the landscaping. I kind of went a little bit more rogue with this one. I didn't fully like pay attention to like what was going on in Willow Creek, or at least this specific area of Willow Creek. I kind of just went with like my own little vibe a little bit here, but I think it like turned out pretty well. But nonetheless, this video is slowly but surely coming to an end, so I'm gonna go ahead and close out here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you can give it a like. If you would like, you can also comment down below, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can also subscribe to my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching.